Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Helen Liao. Thank you for joining us. Coming up in the show today, we join Indonesia Tzu Chi volunteers as they hold the groundbreaking ceremony at the Tzu Chi Middle School. In our feature reports on products made in Taiwan, we investigate the changes in our furniture industry and see how a company is striving for the traditional trade. And we meet a group of Tzu Chins at the National University of Arts as they go around their campus encouraging everyone to turn off their lights as a part of the Earth Hour event. In Indonesia, each child is required to complete 12 years of compulsory education, and thus Tzu Chi built a kindergarten and elementary school in the country, which both opened in 2011. This year, construction began for a middle school, and the groundbreaking ceremony took place last weekend.
To better realize Tzu Chi's educational philosophy, a groundbreaking ceremony is taking place for Tzu Chi Middle School here at Jakarta, Indonesia.
We have a kindergarten and elementary school. Next up is a middle school. The master hopes to raise talented students that are well-mannered and ethical.
In 2011, after the opening ceremony of the Tzu Chi Elementary School, the construction of a middle school began. Taking roughly 2 years to build, the school will be ready for students as they continue on with their secondary education.
Education is the hope for a better future, but there's always a start to the dream, and today is that beginning. We plan to provide the students with a complete educational system, one that includes moral education. This will help the children learn to love their parents and respect the principles of life.
United in effort, Tzu Chi volunteers are building a complete system of education that will guide students on the right path in life.
Staying in Indonesia, a Tzu Chi volunteers training seminar was held at the Jingsi Hall in North Jakarta last weekend. The seminar was joined by Dharma Master from Hualien's Jingsi abode and experienced Tzu Chi volunteers from Taiwan.
Around 500 Tzu Chi volunteers from over 15 areas in Indonesia are traveling to their new Jingsi Hall in North Jakarta to attend the first ever Tzu Chi volunteer intensive training seminar in the country. From registration to the grand entrance, everyone strives to represent Tzu Chi the best they can.
I hope to deeply understand Tzu Chi and actualize Master Zheng Yan's missions in my life.
4 Jingsi abode masters and 8 senior Tzu Chi volunteers from Taiwan traveled to Indonesia to help out at the seminar. Although over 70% of the participants do not understand Mandarin, through the help of translators and a studious mind, everyone was able to overcome the language barriers. The first lesson of the day was entrance and exit etiquette, which a Jingsi abode master personally demonstrated. The lesson of the second day were centered on Buddha worship through chanting sutras. Even those who were from different religious backgrounds participated wholeheartedly to experience the selflessness of Tzu Chi spirit.
During our participation in this seminar, we are gaining an in-depth understanding of Tzu Chi. As a Muslim, this is like repenting to Allah. It makes me feel that we are insignificant beings.
Religions blend well together as the fundamentals are the same. It's about love and benevolence.
Meanwhile, in the auditorium, Tzu Chi Teachers Association members share with the 200 participants their personal experiences of how to incorporate Jingsi aphorisms into their daily teaching agenda.
It was interesting to find different ways to teach Jingsi aphorisms.
For these Tzu Chi volunteers to be able to attend a volunteer intensive training seminar without having to leave their own country is a new and precious opportunity.
Next, let's take a look behind the scenes as Indonesia Tzu Chi volunteers work in harmony and unity to ensure the success of the volunteer intensive training seminar took place at the Jingsi Hall in North Jakarta.
The Indonesia Jingsi Hall welcomed the first visit by Jingsi abode masters from Hualien, Taiwan. Volunteers seized the opportunity to probe for guidance on how to spread Buddhism to trainee volunteers and how to cultivate diligence on the Tzu Chi path. Having the seminar right here at home saved the need to travel abroad. However, in order for the 500 trainee volunteers to experience the same level of humanitarian spirit as found in Tzu Chi's spiritual heartland, each of the teams worked to ensure their tasks were carried out with precision.
If we don't carry a joyous heart, we won't be able to do a great job. There are times when we become disgruntled. That is why we need to practice spiritual cultivation, nurture our patience, and self-reflect from time to time.
Welcoming their visitors from Taiwan with a smile are students of Tzu Chi's DaAi school. Despite the language barrier, the volunteers from Taiwan nevertheless take on a task which both they and the students can do together.
Okay, go! Go around to take it somewhere! Mother.
Although there's a language barrier, we can still understand what they're trying to convey through their body language. And it's as if these children are in a race for compassion, because the surrounding environment was restored to cleanliness in no time.
Bringing their experience from Taiwan and sharing it with their counterparts in Indonesia, volunteers from Taiwan helped ensure that the seminar ended on a perfect note.
Also in North Jakarta, Indonesia, Tzu Chi Kindergarten held a celebration in conjunction with United Nations Week. Through various activities, each child learned about different cultures and strengthened their self-esteem.
Wearing costumes to represent different countries, the children of the Tzu Chi Kindergarten of Pluit, North Jakarta, are celebrating United Nations Week.
Although this is the last day, it is also the highlight of the event, as the children are taken to the stage. Such an event helps children get over their fear of on-stage performances and also helps to improve their self-esteem.
The children performing on stage may be a bit off in tempo, but in the audience, parents and family members show their support by recording every second.
I think the children did a great job today. As a mother, I am very proud. My child originally didn't want to wear his costume, but after he found out it was a staged performance, he was very eager to wear the costume to show off his talents.
Besides the performances, each classroom is decorated to represent a different culture.
Tzu Chi originates from Taiwan, and our class is representing Taiwan's culture, so we are in charge of introducing Taiwan to everyone. We included indigenous tribal wear, money, tourist locations, and local cuisines.
Celebrating United Nations Week not only introduces the children to different cultures, but also strengthens their self-confidence.
Taiwan's furniture industry suffered from a dramatic drop in sales as consumers and vendors were more attracted to low-cost products. Instead of reducing costs to meet consumers' needs, one furniture company decided to go the opposite route. Sales and discounts, these two words are very catchy. Whether it is office or household furniture, the most important thing for consumers and vendors is low price. However, this is slowly threatening the furniture industry. This furniture factory produces more than 100 of chairs a day. However, as the costs for manufacturing increase, factory owner Mr. Gao is left with limited profit.
In the past, Taiwan was considered as the king of furniture. However, lately, no companies have been willing to develop new products because the existing market for chairs is getting smaller. As prices drop, more companies are reducing manufacturing costs instead of increasing the quality of products.
Facing the downturn of the furniture industry, Mr. Gao has still insisted on developing new chairs. To ensure the quality of his products, he even invested large amounts of money to purchase a chair testing machine. Over the course of time, Mr. Gao's determination to develop new products has grown stronger. Comparing the two chairs, one is an order where customers emphasize reducing manufacturing costs, and the other is an order with requests that are completely the opposite.
If I pour water on this fabric, the water won't leak through. We want the fabrics to be waterproof and breathable. In Taiwan, we have many good factories that can produce products that can fulfill our design needs. These new products are the results of our collaboration.
都是靠我们这些厂商协同我们一起把它开发。
老板，他们家椅子会不会特别难坐？
对，啊，会。生产速度，像我们这个东西啊，以我们现场生产来讲，一天呢要做400-500张可以，他们呢大概做不到100张。
In order to produce high-quality chairs that surpass standards in Europe, the chairs are all handmade. Furthermore, before manufacturing the chairs, this furniture company takes the comfortability of their consumers as the #1 concern when designing products.
Consumers only want higher quality products. We hope everyone can live healthier, more comfortable lives. The development of these high-quality products have increased by 5%, which is the highest in 10 years.
Targeting their products towards small office and children, this furniture company focuses on incorporating user-friendly design into their products. Despite the company losing millions of dollars in the first 3 years, this has not stopped them from striving to achieve their goals.
I think the furniture industry is growing, and it is an industry that will slowly grow bigger in the future. In Taiwan, the furniture industry is slowly changing, and it is not only about providing consumers with products, but most importantly, products with additional value.
Whether it is customer service or products using newer technologies, these made-in-Taiwan chairs look set to shine in the global market once again. Continue with our reports on the protection of personal data. Today, we discover the difficulties faced by charity groups following the implementation of the Personal Information Protection Act. Following the new law, government agencies have the right to refuse charity groups with the list of names of low-income families. Let's take a look.
Students with academic achievements have traditionally been recognized here on their school's honor boards. However, to protect the students' privacy, their names are now partially omitted. This is an honor list of a junior high school in Nantou County, where the students' names were partially replaced by circles as a way to protect their privacy. In fact, as long as the school uses personal information for reasonable purposes, it's fine to put the students' full name on them.
Our students are more than willing to show their full names on the honor board because they want their achievements to be recognized by other people. As long as they want to show their full names, we will publish them accordingly.
The concealment of personal information also occurs in court verdicts. The incompleteness not only makes verdicts hard to read, but also affects the credibility of the judicial system. This is the result of organizations overreacting to PIPA. This January, a winter aid distribution was held by a temple in Taoyuan, which asked township offices to provide a list of low-income families. However, staff at the office said that such a disclosure of names would violate PIPA. Therefore, the temple failed to get the names of families who could have benefited from the aid immensely.
I just don't know why it is so difficult to help the needy. There are so many poor people out there, but we can't get their names to help them financially.
The law, which was initially aimed at protecting people's privacy, has turned out to be an obstacle when trying to reach poor families.
The authorities may worry that the personal data will leak or other reasons. It makes things inconvenient because the borough officers had to apply for a name list through an official process.
Helping the needy is a reasonable purpose for obtaining and using personal data. However, as long as low-income families refuse to publish their personal information, the government has no right to release it.
The personal info you provide to the household registration offices will be used internally only. If any organization wants to access this information, we will assess the origin of the personal data, their legal basis, purposes, and the necessity of use.
Obviously, it is necessary for government agencies to strike a balance between charity and privacy protection so that the rights of various groups in Taiwan will not be affected.
On March 23rd, as part of Earth Hour, Taiwan Tzu Qing's at the National University of Arts reminded students to turn off lights and fans, while in Singapore, a vegetarian restaurant owner said he would donate all proceeds made during Earth Hour to Tzu Chi.
3, 2, 1.
With the arrival of Earth Hour across Singapore, 280 buildings and even Singapore's landmark, Merlion Park and Fountain switched off their lights. Despite the darkness, this vegetarian restaurant's business is booming. However, the owner says he will donate all proceeds made during the Earth Hour to Tzu Chi.
What I want to do and what Tzu Chi is doing is the same thing. So I want to give this money to Tzu Chi so we can work together. By giving what I can to Tzu Chi can do what it does best.
A group of Tzu Chings also showed their support for the movement by turning off all lights for an hour. Many hope that the event would encourage more people to see the importance of energy conservation.
I hope that every day they can work to protect the planet through environmentalism.
As a Tzu Ching hits apart to signal the beginning of Earth Hour, everyone runs to their dorms to turn off lights and fans. Here at the Taipei National University of the Arts, the local Tzu Ching club is doing its best to encourage everyone to show their love for the earth.
Whenever I leave my room, if there is no one else inside, I will turn off all the lights and fans. This is one way to love the earth.
This can help us conserve energy and help make this world a beautiful place.
Instead of being inside using electricity, everyone goes outside to share ideas on how to save on energy use and thus keeping this world a beautiful place.
In Thailand, Tzu Chi volunteers have been caring for the children at Wat Boon Nursery for over 16 years. Earlier this year, Tzu Chings joined the volunteers in caring for these children. While in Malaysia, Tzu Chings from the Tzu Chi Klang branch held a 3-day seminar where they shared experiences with one another.
Interacting with care recipients on home visitations is a new experience for Tzu Ching Zhen Lingfei.
Before joining Tzu Ching, I have never really cared for any strangers. But after meeting the organization, I began participating in home visitations frequently. So I'm getting used to it and I'm not afraid anymore.
The home visitation is only a part of the 3-day Tzu Ching seminar here at the Tzu Ching Klang branch, where 53 college students from different schools have come together to gain a better understanding of the organization's humanitarian spirit.
In fact, we have a musical coming up in October on the Sutra of Profound Gratitude to Parents. So the theme of our seminar is filial piety. We hope to promote this ideal to Tzu Chings and young people, and when the concept has taken root in their hearts, it will later help them walk on the right path in life.
Tzu Ching alumna Cao Qingzhen from Taiwan is among the guest speakers, sharing her experiences to help Tzu Chings understand their role in school.
We are considered children now, but later on we will become role models for others. So this book is not only needed at this stage, but will be a good guide for future generations.
Shouldering the responsibilities of bringing purity onto school campuses, Tzu Qing's all hope to follow in the footsteps of Tzu Chi volunteers in spreading goodness to society. Tzu Qing's put on a lively dance to close the distance between them and the some 80 children here at the Wobots Nursery School. Tzu Chi volunteers have been caring for the children in this nursery for 16 years and have built up a family-like relationship with the students in that time. And the Tzu Qings who joined the volunteers rank earlier this year have brought their youthful vibe to the school.
The children are all adorable. They just lack opportunity, so we are here to fill in that missing part of their lives. I hope our love will bring them happiness and warmth.
Besides caring for these children, Tzu Qings also explain and demonstrate the correct way to maintain a healthy lifestyle and even help the students get rid of head lice.
Today, Tzu Qings came to help us clear up our head lice and also organize so many activities, which made all of us very happy. We will take what they taught us on hygiene and use it in our daily lives.
I am a nursing student and will become a nurse when I graduate. I originally thought this was just a job, but I have learned from Tzu Chi volunteers that we should not only treat illness, but also heal the mind.
As volunteers hand out stationery and daily necessities, students at the Wobots Nursery are surrounded by the love and care of Tzu Chi as they head towards a brighter future.
Last weekend, students from various Tzu Chi educational institutes gathered at the Hualien Jingsi Hall for their final practice before their upcoming performance of the musical adaptation of the Sutra of Profound Gratitude to Parents on March 30th. Playing the role of an unfilial child in the upcoming Tzu Chi Sign Language musical is Tzu Chi University student Ho Haowei. Studying overseas for a year helped Ho realize how much love and care he has received from his parents.
Arriving at my homestay, it was not what I had initially imagined it would be. I suddenly realized that I would be away from home for a whole year, and I would also have to take care of myself. Then when I called my dad, after talking to him for a bit, I just burst into tears.
Under the careful supervision of volunteers, the students practice every move until they get it right. Everyone from the dean of the university to the teachers and students are nervously awaiting the upcoming performance, but their unifying movements signal that everyone is ready for the big night.
Their performance was really moving. Everyone's expression and body movements seem to reflect and express the sutra. I think that education is education no matter where. Seeing them learn so quickly, you can't help but respond enthusiastically.
For those children in the course off stage, they still give their all to each note so as to clearly express the profound meaning of the sutra to each and every audience member. We stay in Taiwan at the end of the show. Recently, Tzu Chi parent and child class in Taipei went to the Dagouxi Riverside Park to learn more about our nature and the ecosystem. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.